That's right. Welcome to the first ever emergency off-season walking and venting. I think we're making history here. As far as I'm aware, this has never happened. This is going down for two reasons today. Number one, it's just an absolute gorgeous day out here, so I didn't want to be cooped up in the studio. But number two, Florida State fans feel like they have Miami fans in a bit of a chokehold with this one. So, of course, we're going to be talking about the transfer portal. You probably know where this is going. And this is just a trending topic on social media right now. And when it comes to hot, controversial, tough topics, that's what this series is built for, the walking and venting. So this is how we're doing it today. And I want to see you guys chiming in, both Miami fans, Florida State fans. I don't care what team you're a fan of. I want to see what you have to say. So the big topic right now on social media that has Florida State fans and Miami fans going head to head is all of these transfer portal players that Miami is bringing in. And Florida State fans are pointing at Miami fans and they're saying, hold up a second. You were clowning us and dogging Mike Norvell, saying that he can't develop talent and he has to purely rely on the transfer portal to bring in these mercenaries to put a team together. He can't recruit, he can't develop players, and he has to rely on the portal. And now you guys are celebrating Mario doing the exact same thing. What's up with that? We're calling you out. Well, then Miami fans counter argue this, and they say Mario Cristobal is just bringing in supplemental players. He's adding depth. And Mario Cristobal recruits high school at a high level, brought in multiple top 10 classes since he's been here. So no, he doesn't just rely on the transfer portal. But then the counter argument again from Florida State fans is, hold up a second. Mario Cristobal seems to be primarily bringing in starters, guys that are going to play probably week one against the Gators. And also, if he's such an amazing recruiter bringing in these big classes, why are a lot of them leaving? Why are they being pushed out? Why are they not being developed? Why are they not getting to play? Okay, so now that we've got it out there, that's the topic. Let's talk about it for a minute. First off, me personally, my opinion, I have never said that using the portal is a bad idea. I think there's a right way and a wrong way to approach it, but the reality is we don't really know where to draw that line yet. Honestly, we don't. I know the portal has been around for a little bit, but it's tough to say the best way to use the portal. I think it's different for each and every team, and there are some approaches that might seem kind of wild and crazy but could possibly work. It might pay off. We don't know. So the transfer portal is a tool that's available for coaches to use, and I feel like it'd be kind of dumb if you don't use it at least a little bit, right? I think that would be kind of silly to just completely ignore it, but we'll see. In some ways, it might do more harm than good. So I've never said to not use the transfer portal. I've never said that it's dumb to build a roster with it if that's what you need to do. I never said that. Maybe Canes fans as a whole were saying that, but you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So the thing is, I want to go 100 different directions with this, guys. I'm not going to lie. The way that Mario is doing this is definitely a bit odd in some ways. Attacking the transfer portal real heavily in the spring window. So again, some guys are getting pushed out. Some guys that were considered big-time recruits that we were hoping to see take a leap in their second and third years. You know, Jaden Wayne, Cyrus Moss, Kelly, Citizen finally healthy, and some other guys. There's going to be some more departures coming up. So am I a huge fan of how this is going down? Not necessarily. However, let me say this. Let me give you a little hypothetical scenario here. As I'm seeing a lot of people in my comment section that when we say, hey, Miami just landed, Let's see, Damian Martinez. Yo, let's go. Top transfer portal running back. A lot of the comments are saying, yo, like, I'm not happy about this. I don't want Miami to piece this team together. I want to develop players. I want to keep the young guys, the guys that wanted to be Canes from the jump, and get them to stay 3 or 4 years and not push them out. And they do have a point in some ways. But let me give you a hypothetical. At the end of the day, what is most important with all of this to the fans? What's the most important thing? Winning. Winning. That's it. At the end of the day, you might be, attached to a specific player, or you might be hyped about, this guy and his development. But all you really probably care about at the end of the day is Miami winning. So let's assume, I am not making a prediction. That's not what I'm doing. Let's assume, let's go extreme. Let's assume Miami wins a national championship in 2024. Do you think that anyone who is upset about this transfer portal stuff or the way this went down would be angry about it anymore? Probably not. You would trade the players that have left and all the things that have went down for a national championship in 2024. And don't lie to me. I really think that you would. And to be straight up, honestly, most would probably be okay with even just winning the ACC. Maybe even possibly just double-digit wins, because Canes fans are hungry. Because it's been so long. I don't even count the 2017 season, because that was just kind of a wild, crazy scenario. It is what it is. So it's just funny, because the people who are upset about it aren't going to care if it does end up leading to wins, to winning big. But the thing is, we don't know if that's going to happen. So here's my issue with all of this right now. I don't really know how to feel. Is this going to backfire on Mario? Because there is a chance that it does. Historically speaking, Miami's been down bad for 20 plus years. So let's say Mario does all of this and pushes a lot of players out and brings in a bunch of portal guys, and then Miami wins 8 games this year. Well, according to the expectations set on this season, that would be a massive failure. And all in all, it would be. You bring in Cam Ward, you surround him with weapons, starting to, hopefully build some depth on the defense. Mario's 3rd year, money season, 2nd year with the same coordinators. So that would be a massive failure. And then you end up losing a bunch of the one and done guys. And then you turn around and pushed out the guys that wanted to be Canes, that wanted to stay and be developed. So then you end up in this cycle to where you're just continuing to have to try to build this dream team through the transfer portal. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of Canes fans say on social media. Mario Cristobal is putting together the Avengers. This is the dream squad for 2024. What could go wrong? But it could backfire. There are no guarantees in life. But the reality also here is we don't know. Maybe this is super successful and it works. Maybe it's not. I don't know. If it doesn't work, though, it could be a slippery slope. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. There are so many pros and cons to the transfer portal, and there are so many things about all this that frustrate me, but I don't really know how you control it at this point. I do think that players, if they want out, should be able to get out. I do think players should be paid, but that's a different topic with NIL stuff. But it just feels kind of icky now. You know what I mean? Like, there's no loyalty, and this applies to players and coaches, because you best believe some players have been pushed out, have been told, hey, it's best if you go look elsewhere because you ain't going to be playing, because we're bringing in a portal guy and he's got more experience than you and we need to win right now, which is what Mario Cristobal is doing. He understands that he has to win now, because as pissed as some Canes fans might be about the portal, this is me kind of making an argument for the portal. You're over here saying Miami's got to win the ACC this year. It's Mario Cristobal's third year. Well, he's going all in. And what makes sense from an all-in standpoint is to have as many veterans as possible and playmakers and big-time stars out there to try to go all the way. You don't want to be patient and wait for the guys that are only in their second year to get to their third year next year and maybe make an even bigger jump. You don't want to wait for that. And I get it. Miami, like I said, it's been so long, right? So I do get your point. But man, I personally never had any problem with the way Mike Norvell approached it with Florida State. I mean, if Jordan Travis stays healthy, they maybe make a run for the playoffs and a national championship. So who can really clown them if they would have won the Natty? Now, people are going to talk about guys not being loyal because they were portal guys and they sat out for the Georgia game and this and that. But again, the game has changed. Things are different now. And sometimes it's annoying and it sucks. And we don't like the direction it's heading. But if you want to be in the game, you got to play the game sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of part of it. And we'll see the long-term effects of this. Maybe Dabo's onto something. Maybe just ignore the portal and some guys are going to leave, but you're not going to bring any in. I don't know. But we don't know how this is going to work out. I'm not going to come on here and say that Mario Cristobal has built this perfect dream team, because it can be scary at times for me because we don't know if that chemistry is going to be there. You'd like to hope it would be, but we don't know that. We might end up in a scenario where a couple more years from now, teams are basically just having to go portal shopping and more or less build their entire starting lineup. Imagine a scenario like that. It kind of sucks, honestly, doesn't it? High school recruiting becomes pretty much irrelevant. And every year, you just build a portal team. And, you know, sorry, there's bugs everywhere. It's such a hot day out here. Imagine a scenario like that. Every year is just you try to build this perfect dream team, and it either works or it doesn't, and the chemistry's there or it's not. And if it's not, next year you just completely rebuild from the ground up. You just make sure you have plenty of money ready to go, and screw high school recruiting. Maybe you bring in a couple of guys to, you know, that maybe they stick around, but otherwise you just go portal shopping every single year. You just start from scratch, whole new team, new beginning, and you just try to build the perfect roster. I kind of hate the way that sounds. Don't you? I don't know. I don't know. But I just wanted to come on here and say, look, it's really tough to fully hate on Mario's approach at the moment because Canes fans want to win right now. And this looks like a potential blueprint to win right now. But if it backfires, it's really bad. And this could still also just be bad long term anyways. Or maybe not at all. I realize I'm doing terrible at making points, but it's because I don't know how to feel with any of this. I'm still going to make a video and be excited about Miami landing the top transfer portal quarterback. Miami landing the top transfer running back. I'm still going to make a video and be like, yo, that's cool, because I don't control it. I have no say-so. And I'd still rather bring in big-time players, but it absolutely does blow a little bit to lose guys that wanted to be Canes, like Jaden Wayne. Everybody on my Jaden Wayne video said, Coop, chill out. Jaden Wayne wasn't going to play anyways. Who cares? That dude wanted to be a Cane. I told you I tried to set feelings and emotions to the side, but I remember the day that I ran into his mom and dad in Canesville, and they were grinning ear to ear, guys. They were so excited. Their son was a Miami Hurricane, and they talked up how much Jaden was just so excited to play for the Canes, and he was in it for the long haul. He was ready and willing to put in the work, and I realized you have to show out on the field. Like, you don't just get a pass because you want to be a Cane and you had, 4 or 5 stars coming out of high school, but then gets pushed out and told that he needs to go elsewhere. So that kind of sucks, and it does kind of piss me off a bit. But then again, if Miami somehow magically did form the Avengers of college football and wins the ACC or national championship this year, Miami fans will magically forget about how upset they were over these portal moves. All of a sudden now, it didn't matter anymore. We told you so. And magically a bunch of tweets and comments get deleted. Or maybe it's the complete opposite. So, I don't know, man. I know that there are some Miami fans that were saying that. And Florida State fans do have an argument against them. And then there's the other scenario where Miami fans do have a good counter argument against Florida State fans. I don't know, man. This portal stuff is crazy. There's going to be a couple more departures in the next 24 to 48 hours. I don't know who they're going to be yet, but I have an idea of a couple of them, and one or two might make some people angry. But I guess it's where we're at. All I can really do is just buckle up and hold on and see what happens with this thing. I hope that Mario Cristobal is not burning too many bridges by approaching it this way. All of his eggs are in the 2024 basket, and he's doing whatever he can to really, let's just be honest, win it all this season. But at least the ACC, like minimum at least. And he feels the pressure from fans, and he feels like that this is really probably the approach that he has to take if he wants to win right now. Which is a little funny. I'm trying to bring this thing all together. It is a little weird because, again, Mario Cristobal came in with saying, and maybe this is why some fans are mad, with we're building this the right way. It takes hard work, it takes time, and we're starting from the ground up. But then again, people had super high expectations, and Miami comes out flat and only wins 5 games in their first season. It really doesn't improve that much the next year. So the pressure is on to win now. Miami has to win now. That's what all my comments say. Even before the portal stuff, people said it's year 3. Mario's got to win now. So this is the approach he feels like he needs to take to get that done. And man, oh man, do I hope it works out. But I'm not clowning any team for using the portal because I just don't know. I don't know what it takes anymore. You have teams that wait and they have that amazing chemistry because you'll say you have an offensive line that's been playing together for 3, I don't know, maybe even 4 years. They practically read each other's minds, and that's super beneficial. I think it helps a ton when you're out there on the field. But then you're seeing scenarios where teams are building portal teams, and it's working, at least for some quick, instant success, which might be where Miami finds themselves. 20 plus years of mediocrity, sucking ass, let's just be honest. And this could kind of create a spark, maybe appease the fans for a little bit. And they'll back off a tad, and it'll up the support, ticket sales, merch, everything, because Miami's winning. Because let me ask you something. This is for people who made it at the end, for down in the comments. Let's say that this portal thing is kind of a temporary solution. And what I mean is Miami wins now. Miami wins it all in 2024. They win a national championship. But it is like gambling. Like, sometimes you hit it big, sometimes you don't. So Miami finds themselves in a position to where they keep having to bring in a ton of portal players that are starters every single year. And next year, it doesn't work out. It crashes. This combo just didn't work. Year after that, doesn't work. Year after that, doesn't work. But here's what I'm getting at. Would you take a natty in 2024 to then have, let's say, 5 more years of being mediocre again? Because I feel like a lot of fans are going to say yes. Coop, if Miami can win it all by building this transfer portal team, but then suck again for 5 more years, I don't care because it's been 20 plus since we won our last one. I'd love to win another one right now. Or would you prefer to not portal shop very much, only bring in depth guys, focus primarily on high school recruiting, and then know that you might get lucky because you should theoretically be bringing in big-time talent. So you might, again, there's always exceptions to all of these. But then overall, it's going to be more of a long-term, slow build kind of process. You might win it, you might not. You have to see where things go, but you'd have to be willing to give Mario 5+ years probably. I think most people in any scenario probably take the national championship. And to be fair, I'd be pretty happy with a national championship too. I'm at the point to where I'd be happy with an ACC championship game appearance, because it feels like it's been forever, right? I just wanted to come on here and talk about this for a minute. I hate that I'm riding the fence on a lot of it, but really, it's kind of not me riding the fence. It's me saying, I don't know if this is going to be the best approach or not. I think sometimes some of it's a little questionable, but who am I to say that it is if it ends up all working out? But there's a chance it doesn't. I don't know. All I can do is sit back and watch. I can keep you guys informed on all the players that come in, that are added, give my thoughts on it in the moment, and then we'll see once the games are played if it all works out or not. But I am telling you that if it doesn't, I'm purely just speaking about Miami, it could be more than very bad. But I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts. Both sides have points. And you know that I don't like saying Florida State fans have a point on something, but both sides have a little bit of an argument here with this. I don't know, man. I'm cutting myself off. It's been over 20 minutes. Let's chop it up, man. Let's freaking chop it up. And if you want me to elaborate more, like maybe you're saying, Coop, you're riding the fence too much, or you didn't answer this, or you didn't address this point, put it down in the comments, and I will try my best to answer, because I know I was all over the place. Emergency walking and venting in the off season. Let's talk about it. Remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.